feeling under pressure.
I got this slab of wood from
Welcome to my studio.
Johnny, congratulations on your new studio. This place is beautiful.
Yeah. Thanks for inviting us to your new studio.
Yeah. The studio is dope, man.
Like, damn, how much do you pay?
I like it. I'm gonna say something because I'm just gonna cut them out. Yo, this is amazing. Just this in my pants.
Just seeing from where you started to where you are now.
Yeah, well, this is amazing. Congratulations on studio and congratulations on the whole building. We are getting together today to discuss riding safety. It's been a super long time since a lot of us have ridden. Some people haven't ridden since the last season. Some of us have ridden the entire season. But with my own experience, I took out my own bike and realized very quickly that I do not remember the exact feel of my bike. I went in between some cars, I was on a little bit of an angle, gave it too much throttle and my front wheel came up off the ground and it's lucky that I saved the bike. So what I want to do is bring that attention to all of you. The riding season is just around the corner, the weather's changing, the cold weather is pretty much saying goodbye to us all, and we are teased with the warm weather that we're having right now. All right, so with that being said, I just want everybody to just take it a little bit easier this riding season. And what I have done is I've gathered a bunch of what I call experts within the field of e-bike riding and modifications, just to get together and talk about their own experiences or give you guys any little tips or suggestions as to how you can make this riding season that much better and that much safer. I have Santito 1924 on Instagram, and to his left we have VinylByBobby. What's up, guys? And to his left we have VinylByBobby.
What's up, YouTube?
Can I introduce him? On my left side, VinylByBobby.
How you doing?
You all know me, and if you don't, I'm Mr.E from NYC, aka Johnny. And to my left, I have Mac Mittens.
What's up?
And to his left, we have Kuda50. What's up?
What's up, my boy?
What's good, bro? What's up? And to his left, we have Wabi Sabi 1129.
Hello, loud, sang loud.
At my OnlyFans.
What a little minute!
Add me on Tinder.
Alright, so now that you've met everybody, let's get into this one. So like I said, I have not been riding very often, although it might seem like I do ride every day, only because I post daily, or at least I try to anyway. But I am definitely rusty, which I'm sure each one of these guys have some experience with being rusty. Not riding, but I'm gonna throw the floor over to anybody that wants to, just to contribute as to why they have not been riding. So what have you guys been doing? What's keeping you guys from riding besides the cold weather?
All right, first of all, nothing keeps me from riding. Well, that's a lie, but the only reason that I'm really not gonna be riding it is because of snow and rain. We all paid a lot of money, put a lot of work into these bikes, but 0-degree weather is not gonna keep me riding, because riding for me is a major convenience. So I'd rather ride to work than spend 10 minutes going around the block looking for a parking spot. Despite this being that it's 0 out, I can just park right in front of my office. I don't even lock the fucking bike up, but I leave it there, go upstairs, and I'm good to go. And then when I go home, we all know what the traffic is like around here, okay? Whether you get out at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. As soon as you're getting home, you're in the car, you better play some slow jams, because you're gonna be inside traffic for a long time, you know? With the bike, no matter what the temperature is, as long as my two no-goes, rain and snow, I'm not doing it. If it's cold, I'll layer up. I don't mind being cold for a little bit, you know. I'm just commuting from the house to work. That's all.
So on the flip side of that, I don't ride unless it's like 40 degrees and up, because it's too cold, man. Fingers get all brittle, man, you know, this and that. But to your point, when you were talking about, you know, being rusty, I didn't ride for like, you know, whatever, since November or whatever. And then when I finally took the bike out, it was cold and windy. A gust of wind hits you, you know, you're like, oh shit, and you know, you kind of have to wake up a little bit. So to that point, when you were saying everybody's rusty and you got to be careful when you first hop on the bike, 100%, bro, I'm doing it.
Why is it that you're not riding? I can't have any excuse to not ride because almost every day we have at least bikes on test. When we do upgrades, we have to do testings before we giving. Okay, we try to. Me personally, I agree with Rob. I don't like snow. I don't like rain because bike for me is fun. It's not something that I need to do. You know, I'm not in need that I need to use everyday bike, like to go back and forth from my house and work. But if I have to, I do. It's not a problem, but I would rather stay away from rain and snow because I don't like to mess with my bike because like Rob says, I like that a lot. I mean, we invest a lot of money in that, very expensive components, very fast bikes also, it's easy to slip. We know how to ride on rain, snow, that's not a problem, but always something can happen and why put us on risk or something.
Yeah.
So.
If you have to ride in the snow and in the rain, just keep in mind that in the wintertime, we're going to be exposed to a lot of salt. That salt is going to push its way into your wires, eventually into your controller and into your motor. So if you don't have to ride, don't.
But if you have no control at all, I mean, you can ride and just make sure you clean it after.
Well, do your due diligence. Do your due diligence.
If you have no
and
other options
clean it.
but to ride because you have no car or that's your way of transportation, just go home, clean it up, make sure everything's okay. You know,
Right.
that's a good option.
So maintenance at the end of every
Maintenance,
ride,
just
to maintain.
You don't have to be
your,
daily. You could do weekly or bi-weekly, but just do your due diligence and clean your bike.
I'm with Rob with the rain and the snow. It's tough. I've been out riding where I got stuck in a nice little rainstorm, and that's been the hard part, riding in the rain and worrying about what's gonna happen if your controller gets wet, if the battery gets wet. But in the colds, I don't know. I enjoy it. I like bundling up. I got the heated gloves. I got a heated jacket. So it's enjoyable. It's a little more enjoyable. And when it's windy, it gets a little tough. But I think it adds to just the fact of being on a bike and being out there and dealing with whatever it is, traffic, and being able to sneak through whether or not there is traffic or not. So I think with the weather being bad, I enjoy the cold weather of it.
Everyone is different.
The rain.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump off of what you just said because normally I had a limit as to the temperature that I would not ride in. And I tried doing e-bike community spotlight this season, and I found that I had to go out to introduce the video. So I found myself riding in way lower temperatures than I would normally. And I just did what you did. I just bundled up, and heated gloves for me was a complete game changer. It allowed me to ride in 27, 26 degree weather and not be affected at all. So I other than, you know, grabbing onto the handlebars and being able to twist that throttle, I think I was good to go. But because of the
Wait, you said heated gloves?
Heated gloves. Heated gloves, not heated grips.
That's another
Can you share what kind of gloves you use? I mean,
I kind of really don't want to because at one point the gloves that I used wouldn't turn on, so I don't know if it was the battery. So I don't know. Do you make batteries like heated gloves? No, I'm just kidding.
we'll talk after.
Okay.
We'll put it in the description.
I don't want to suggest something that
We'll put it in
might
the
not
description
be
what gloves we use.
quality. So
In other
let's
words,
say
it's
this.
caca.
Those two guys actually has money.
Yeah.
They have full gears, like heated gloves, heated vest, heated.
Yeah. Not everyone can afford
All of
it.
us, we are suckers.
No, we don't got
We are suckers.
Hold on.
We don't know Mackie. Mackie has also something with money. I understand. I get it.
Mackie puts his
Those
snowboard
two guys,
on.
they have money.
I've been wearing this sweater for a week now, straight.
Yo, to be honest,
Is that what I smell?
you could pick up a decent set of gloves from the Exxon gas station that are wool liner, and you probably pay about $10, $12.
Right.
I'm not that ready.
It even has the finger touch screen on there.
We
It's
have-
good enough for me to go to work.
Well,
Yes,
Right
but
around
look,
with
we
that.
have
What
those
does it
rich
have?
people.
E-tip.
7-Eleven.
Finger
But I ain't
touch.
gonna spend some more money on it.
E-tip.
But no, look, I need to be honest. So actually, I got this season heated gloves from our friend Taiho, and shout out to Taiho.
No.
No, you know what I found works when I do ride in cold weather? If you, like, they're these silk liners, right? They're mad thin. You wear them underneath, and you wear, like, other gloves on top of it, like your normal riding gloves, and that shit works.
Yeah, it doesn't affect.
It actually-
like,
No, it actually-
breaking or anything.
So, I think that silk layer,
Where do you buy
Bills.
silk gloves?
nah, it's like base
Takes it
layer.
off
It's
his
like,
bed sheet.
it's like base layer.
It's like the ones you check the plates.
I don't know. I cut them up. They come up fresh off my bed sheet.
I can just see the comment section below. Yo, I want those silk gloves.
No,
Where's the link for that?
Where's the link for that?
Send the link.
You think that's one? Try silk gloves and silk underwear.
Yo, silk underwear, bro. That shit up, you know.
Oh, you got money?
You got that sex appeal now.
Yo, missed that one. All right. Did you say? I know you didn't, but did you say why you don't ride or?
I don't ride because my
There you go.
bike is always on construction.
Same.
You know, it's because I try to do
What's
stuff.
here,
You
bro?
gotta look
Well,
at him.
I don't ride because I want to do a lot of stuff to my bike. After I'm done with one thing, I want to do other things. So I just want to be ready for the summer. So I use the winter time.
Yeah.
That's my time to mod the bike the way I want to, so it's perfect for the summer.
So from that point, I'm offering you always, we can hang your parts on the wall.
Yeah, when you gonna stop?
Whole year.
What do you mean?
You gonna stop?
You can always see your bike.
No, I mean it's my opinion, guys. You guys gotta understand it.
You got
She shoots like this.
Hi, I have a representative.
Oh, snap.
We had a raccoon problem in the office.
Nah,
Had to
the,
move into the living room.
the dolphin got out of the tank, so we had to move.
I'm saying, bro, like when you start making YouTube videos, you can have a living room like this too.
Of course, definitely, yeah.
I like
I'm looking for that
You know?
in sooner
This is
future.
how a real YouTuber lives.
I told you we
That
should have
was my
started a
name.
channel.
Hey guys, welcome to my crib.
Yo, show us the crib. Show us the crib, bro.
This is Scouts.
Show us the crib, bro.
It's nice.
Due to some technical difficulties, we've been evicted from my new
Studio.
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 All right, so where were we? We were before. We wanted to know why is it that you didn't ride and what that.
Well, I don't ride
What kept
'cause
you from riding? Right. So
Daylight
so,
savings.
Well,
you're done with yours?
the reason why
You said you were modifying, but I'll turn the floor over to you. Go.
the reason why I don't ride as much as I want to is because I have a full-time job. And whenever I can, I do, but most of the time I do mods on my bike. I love, to make my bike look very beautiful. So I take pride in everything I do for my bike. I work on everything on my bike. I do everything on it. That's it.
Well spoken, Andy.
Supposed to go like this.
Well said. Well
Mic
said.
drop. Mic drop.
Drop the
I'm
mic.
feeling it. Feeling it.
Well said, Andy.
Well, I don't ride because I'm always at the shop working late. Too busy fixing everyone else's bike. Trying to make sure they're good.
Thank you for that, bro.
He collected everything with that. He left us,
No,
and he did good point
I'm
at the
usually at the shop. By the time I get out, it's dark. And then I got family, life gets busy. And I go home. And unfortunately, for me, I can't actually keep my bike at my house because I just don't have the space for it. So I actually leave all my bikes in the shop. So So, you know, it's not like I can ride to home from the shop. I would literally get in my car and I go home, and then same thing. Every time I actually go on group rides, I would actually have to go to the shop first, park my car there, then take my bike out of the shop and then leave from there. So I'm not as fortunate as everybody that, you know, I can do that.
Well, I have one question then.
Yeah.
How is possible that you are a very famous guy or in the e-bike
Not
industry
famous guy.
without riding a bike?
Right.
Because he rides something else.
Well, no, it was never. What the?
Heck?
We're going with this one. So incidentally, what you actually trying to say is that the shop shouldn't be called Powerful Lithium. It should be called Powerful Mackie or Mac Mittens.
Mackie's Garage.
Yeah.
Nah.
Seems like we're not working only him.
Back in the garage?
Mackie Mittens?
Yeah. Powerful.
What? It's mittens, bro.
Mittens.
What do you say?
Mittens.
Mittens. Mackie Mittens.
Always since Mac keeps all his bikes there, powerful storage.
Powerful storage, yes. No charge.
No charge. Well, plenty of charge.
He charging actually.
Plenty of charge.
He's charging a lot.
He's charging
No, but
actually.
it's just, you know.
Yo,
I mean,
but
if
for
there's
real,
more-
look, I really don't know what's happening with my boys. I really don't know, because one of them charging his bikes always at the shop. He don't want to use his electricity at home. The other one then charging his fucking phone every time in the shop, and he don't want to charge at home. What's going on?
Yeah, Andy
Well-
does come to work with low bat every day.
One thing you guys gotta
Every fucking
understand,
day.
gold will always shine. Metal will rust.
So you rust?
Facts. Facts.
Again. Andy again with it.
I mean,
Got bars for days.
Now I know why you guys don't ride as often, or most of you guys don't ride as often. But the weather is changing. So with that, a lot of us are going to start riding. So what would you suggest someone that has stored their bike for a while do? What would be the first thing that they do before they get out and ride? All right, so I'm going to throw the floor over to all of you guys, because me, I am not an expert. I'm still learning this game. I'm learning about bikes. I'm learning about batteries. I'm learning about controllers. I'm learning about all the things that you need to do to not just run, but to run faster, to run stronger. One of the things that I learned that I had to do right off the bat was fill up my air. My back tire was at 18 pounds. I hadn't used the bike in a little while. I brought it up to about 33 pounds, so 33 PSI. Besides that, you check your bolts, your nuts, things to that nature. But once I did that,
These nuts.
these nuts.
Good.
Not those nuts. Those are big nuts.
Did that.
And there's no
Massive-
tool
massive
big enough
nuts.
for that. All right, but once I did all of that, I was good to go. But I'm just curious, what is it that you guys do? I want to start off with Mackie. Mackie used to work at a bike shop. I'm sure you prep bikes all the time for the riding season. So what is it that give us some tips that you did to get your bike back on the road?
I mean, you kind of hit the nail on the head with the tire pressure. Definitely, because during cold winter months they do deplete. So definitely check tire pressure. Check if you have brakes, and if you haven't charged your battery, obviously, you make sure you're charged up. What else can I think of? I mean, do your quick through on the nuts and bolts. Make sure your your wheels are properly torqued. I check definitely my rear wheel because of the motor. Sometimes they get loose because they're high powered and they have a lot of torque. I check the
Vibrations.
torque arms. Definitely the motor being
Spokes.
tight. The spokes.
Yeah.
That's a good point. And lights. Just make sure you have your lights are working, because they oxidize because you rode through winter. Sometimes your wirings are not working. So that and if I don't know if I covered everything, but
Yeah, but usually you have people that they don't know those things, how to do that. So it's good advice. Go in your local shop, or go to professional to to check your bike. Now it's season for that. So especially on East Coast. So like you can come to us. You can go to Inspire Shop. They can do that for you guys. Always. Like to check those
Like
things.
get a tune-up.
Are you ready for this season? That maybe you need to change tubes. Maybe you need to change your tires. Whatever. Do inspection.
Yeah,
That's very important.
I mean, for anybody, you guys are mechanically inclined. You know the bikes. In and out.
Exactly. That's
what I
right.
mean? But for anybody that doesn't know bikes and
Of course.
you got to take it to a shop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Got to take it to a shop.
You want to add something to how you prep your bike for the riding season? But I know
First
you
of all,
stop
as
riding.
far as prepping your bike for the riding season, you gotta prep yourself.
Yep.
Damn.
Many people don't realize this, but
This guy's good.
that muscle memory
That boy good.
has to kick in, because if
I'm just
you
gonna sit
put
back.
your bike away in, let's just say November, because we do get a couple of good warm months in November. But you store your bike away, and then all of a sudden you want to start riding in April, May. That muscle memory is not going to come back to you right away. Give it time before you go all out on that bike, start taking turns wide open. Just give it some time. Give your body a little bit more time to adjust. It's simple. You'll adapt.
And also, there's going to be a lot of group rides, so prepare yourself for that. Be good to your wife. Be good to your husband, your boyfriend.
Great point, bro.
So when the time group ride comes, you have a free pass to go.
Yeah.
Take care of them now, so you can have your freedom later on.
Yeah.
The weekends off.
You can have weekends off. Do the dishes.
My wife watches this video, she's gonna go like
Yeah,
this
right.
too.
That's probably the best advice that anybody has given me.
Yeah. Yeah. Do the dishes.
Who has those
Right.
problems?
No,
Yes, you're
because
right.
let's
Thank
say
God I
your
have
bike is
those
ready,
problems.
you're ready, but then that last bump is your
Yo.
significant other.
The commander.
That's true. Who has those problems? I don't have those problems. I hit with my hand on the table
V.
and I say, yes, dear.
Yes, dear.
Not
He hit you with a curveball.
V,
You weren't ready.
but
You weren't ready.
Yes, ma'am.
not everyone.
Absolutely.
Not everyone is like that.
Not me.
Some of you guys are barbaric. I'm a lover.
Not me.
Because before becoming a rider, I'm first a boyfriend, a lover, a husband.
That's good, man.
What? What? Wait.
What?
Well, it's definitely good to prep yourself, and especially if you've done upgrades to your bike. Now it's not that slower bike that you had last
Yeah.
time. Now you got more power. You don't know what you're gonna be able to do and what not to do. So it's definitely that adjustment of easily getting
Absolutely.
into the throttle there.
Just like what I was saying earlier, like, I spent my whole winter doing upgrades on my bike, so it's definitely different from last summer. It's gonna be faster. I'm probably gonna have a dominant throttle by then, Who knows?
How long takes you? Like 7 months already? You hooking up your throttle? That's during the winter?
You gotta
Is that
find the
during
right
the
one.
winter? Huh?
You gotta find the right one.
He's
What
doing a lot.
specific?
Sometimes, when they say
No, specific
you never
color.
know what you're gonna get in a box of chocolate, you might have to eat all of them
Yeah.
until you find the right flavor.
To our shop,
So his
during
credit,
those
9 out of 10
months,
of those batteries
at least over 100
are
throttles
made by Andy. Right,
circulate.
Andy?
Yeah, this is true.
He's pushing that powerful lithium out
Look,
there. Right?
whatever you guys do, if your throttle's not ready, if your brake's not ready, just make sure your battery's ready. Powerful Lithium.
Yeah, baby. All day.
All day.
Well said, Andy.
Sold. Sign us up.
And we're currently selling helmets for your battery packs.
Huh?
We're currently selling leather helmets for your battery packs. Rich, my boy, VinylByBobby.
He's going old school.
Leather helmets for the battery.
Leather helmets.
Sexy.
Leather beanie for your packs.
We're selling shower curtains too.
Yo. Easy where I get my inspiration from. Relax.
He watched the Changxing movie.
There's inspiration all around.
Everywhere.
All around. Inspiration everywhere.
What is it that people have to be careful with outside when they're riding around? I'll leave the floor open to you.
I think we're all guilty of that, of having the phone at
Definitely.
arm's reach at any time. I think that's big with just yourself. You know you do it, so people are oblivious to the bikes, to the kids running around, some on roller skates, skateboards, whatnot. So we gotta anticipate, I think, as riders, anticipate that error, or that you can't assume somebody sees you. You gotta be ready and anticipate. Listen, this guy might just make that right, and I'm coming full throttle. Maybe I should slow down and give him that space, and then continue. Because I think that's where we kind of hurt ourselves.
You know what? To piggyback off of that, Santo, it's we have that mindset as riders, right? Now imagine a guy that's not riding and doesn't even know what we're thinking about, and they're driving their car and they're flipping their phone. That's twice as bad for us.
Right.
No, whoever rides need to think about self and about someone who is in front of
We
you.
are sharing the road.
That's the
so-
best way, to be on safe side. So always try to think one step in advance or 2 steps in advance, and don't think he see me. No, you have to take care on yourself, and then don't rely on another one.
Now it's funny you say that, because I have my son just got his driver's license, and I'm telling him the whole thing about anticipation, being like 10 seconds ahead, just anticipating somebody could open a door and you're this and that, whatever. So yeah, I get that 100%. Yeah.
A little advice that I can give somebody that's riding around is if you're riding, definitely wear your glasses. Well, mine are all smudged. When you're riding close to a vehicle, look, are those brake lights on in that vehicle? If they are on, that car just might pull out on you. Also look inside the car. If you can see a body inside the car, anticipate that person might open up the door, and give yourself a good distance from the door so that you would be safe if they do open it. Because I've seen people just throw their doors open.
Yeah.
Not open them up slowly, but just throw them open. So if you're not a good distance from that vehicle, good chance you're gonna run into that door. If anybody has ridden with me before, you'll see that my head is like a bobblehead, right? Those little characters that they put on the dashboard.
You keep your head on a swivel.
My head is on a swivel. I have like 8 eyes on my head, so I'm constantly looking to the left, to the right, in front of me, and trying to look behind me.
Does anybody here
go?
I also want to add to this.
Yes, please.
Just being on 2 wheels, you want to be like a defensive rider at all times.
Definitely.
If you drive cars, you know that on their mirrors they have blind spots. So you don't want to be in those blind spots. Even though you might think you're pulling up next to a car and they might see you, you're actually in a very dangerous area because you're in their blind spot. I think there's a rule of thumb where if you can't see their mirror, they can't see you. So just be mindful of that. Also for red lights, because we're on 2 wheels, I think it's really safer for us to not pull exactly behind a vehicle. Because if somebody was to rear end you, you're gonna get sandwiched right between that person behind you and the car in front of you.
You're a pile of hamburger after that.
Yeah, you always kind of want to be on the left side, or better, if you want to inch your way up to the front of the whole line. This way, when the light turns green, you get out of dodge and then you're out of the way. You're in harm's way.
I want to add to that.
You're out of harm's way.
Out of harm's way, yeah.
A lot of people that don't know rules about bikes or any riding in particular might think that you're an asshole because you're riding the line or you're riding in between traffic.
Lane splitting.
Lane splitting, but actually you're actually doing yourself a justice by doing that, because you will get to the front of the line and you don't have to worry about people hitting you from behind. So if you're in a situation where Karen comes out at you and says something like, "Oh, you're an asshole because you're lane splitting," no, you're not the asshole because you're doing it for a reason.
In certain states, lane splitting is legal. So California, you could lane split. Well, here there's different rules. Every state has different rules. Like Pennsylvania, there's no helmet law.
Yeah.
So, but at the end of the day, I think you just look out for yourself. These just, practice these safety rules. Because at the end of the day, you want to go home, right?
Yeah, that's the most important part.
Yeah, I like to say, helmet is not a law. It's your safety.
It's a necessity.
If you're stupid, you don't have helmet. That's it. Very easy. Have your helmet, cheap helmet, whatever, but have your helmet. That's it.
Don't call them stupid. No, guys, wear your helmets. Go find a helmet.
He's gonna cut it.
She can't call people with no helmet.
Shut your mouth. Shut
What if they can't afford it?
Lock it up, Andy.
Lock it up, Andy.
All right, we are assuming that we are going out riding during the day. What about riding during the night?
So when it comes to night riding, you want to be seen, right? So, one tip I can give people is, put some LEDs on your bike, man. I got it all over the bottom of my frame. I have, some blinking lights. I forgot the brand, but the one that we all have.
Guardian Angels.
Yeah, Guardian Angels. Clutch,
Yeah.
bro, clutch. You just want to be seen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So any kind of, sometimes people think you're trying to be fancy or whatever, but in all honesty, you want to be seen. You don't want to get swiped, especially at night.
Yeah, there's a lot of accessories that you can get, like the arc light pedal. It's a very good accessory that you can add on to any bike.
Yeah.
So, I need one.
I like lights. So I'm going to get into this, right? So for me, you need a bright headlight, white or yellow preferably. Rear, always red, because it signifies your direction. But there's a thing called, so the reason why we have blinking lights is there's a thing called target fixation. So basically when you're riding, cars seem to just, when they see a fixed red light, they actually will start veering towards you and then end up rear-ending you. So that's the part where you kind of want a blinker just to kind of break it up, because people tend to get hypnotized by this. And it's a big reason why they suggest blinkers or strobing lights.
Yeah, they say some of the lights, even in cars, when you hit the brakes and you get that little flash,
you get the brake light pulsar.
It gives
that warning.
Your attention.
Back a split second to react.
Yes, because
It's like you don't become hypnotized.
yes, and I'm a big advocate for lights, and it doesn't even matter whatever you have, but obviously you don't want a strobe light that is, because I see a lot of riders where they have insane amount of lights and they're not really pointing at the right direction, where now it becomes a problem because you have a strobe light that's just blinding the person in front of you, and now you end up colliding with somebody. And it's very popular when you're riding bike lanes, because you're literally sharing a lane with each other, incoming and outgoing lanes. So I think you got to make it a point where you have to point your lights at the right angle. Also, besides having like a light where it's not.
So basically, find a solution, but don't be the problem.
Wow, that was deep. That was deep.
I don't know if you're
I
honest.
just said that.
I really don't know if he's on our team. or he's against
That
it.
boy good. That boy good.
Why is it?
Race.
Or are you against
That boy good. No, that boy good. That boy good. Bro.
Mackie, can we get a t-shirt for this
I
man?
think.
I need a jacket.
He's on a different league. He just killed that topic.
Yeah.
I think we gotta move on.
No, I think we're gonna cut that out.
No, we are, you mentioned pedals. But you didn't mention, what is it?
Arc light.
Arc light pedal.
Yeah, the arc light pedal.
Arc light pedals, and then I gotta give a shout out to Brent Shift Supports. Anybody else have something to add? I know you look like you had something to add.
Rob has boat lights. Rob has boat lights.
I know what Rob wants to add. A region.
You have to be careful, especially when you're riding at night, is the margin of error is increased by a lot. First of all, zap out. You know what they say. It's beer o'clock somewhere in the world, or everywhere. Somewhere where it's beer o'clock. Right? As soon as it starts turning dark, you got less people out on the road. So you can drive a whole lot faster. You got to anticipate the command a lot more. understand that there's people getting out of bars and heading home or going to the next
I
location.
think he's from getting out of the
Their
his
level
bike.
of attention may not be the best. And it just goes back to
No, it's fine.
what a lot of other people say.
A lamp.
You gotta anticipate the level of dangers that are out there. It's almost like when you're riding a fixed gear with no brakes. You know, you have to see the future before it happens. When you're riding behind a car and you're close to it, anticipate that car is gonna turn right. Just anticipating a lot more commands, anticipating a lot more danger
We're
what you would
fortunate.
normally see in the daytime.
We're fortunate to be here in the north where the snow, we got the salt. What's gonna happen now? All our roads, potholes, you know, things that you were familiar with in the summer. Now these roads ain't as smooth as they were. Now you used to ride in the left. Now you got a big pothole you didn't know was there, and at night that just becomes that much bigger, and you got to be.
The only thing consistent is change.
Yep.
That boy good. That boy good. Yeah. That boy good.
Expect the unexpected.
Christ.
I'm saying, bro.
How is he doing this? Yo,
I got it all on tape.
Yo,
I recorded everything.
yo,
T-shirts,
you did give
please.
him keywords.
Yo.
You have
No,
We got a library.
Yeah.
It's a library inside there. Andy, I want to hug you, man.
Yo, you got-
Some
It's
people
true.
get mad at me.
You think you're familiar?
I want
Guess
to hug
what?
you too after I punch you in the throat.
Like I tell people, if you're looking for a happy ending, it was in the beginning.
Boom. Let this end.
Yo, Andy, hold on.
You heard? Let
Hold on,
him
man.
end the
Let's
video
go,
with that
bro.
one. You heard you gotta end the video with that one?
Oh my God, that was great. Does anyone else have anything?
No, not
enough.
Does it
It's
make
okay.
sense to like the same thing that Rob said in the book? Some people have to ride solo. Is that tell people not to ride alone? Maybe have a
It's the
buddy,
Da
you know what I
Vinci
mean?
Code.
Buddy systems are always good.
I mean, Kuda mentioned a whole buddy system, but you know how often it's hard to get people's schedule kind of
Yeah.
aligned. You know.
Yeah, look at this.
But I think we're looking at it more as like even just a commuting standpoint, right? Everyone gets off work. You're not gonna be like, hey, I'm leaving office, but I'm gonna wait for you so we can ride home together. Sometimes you just gotta go. You gotta get
That's
home.
always the relationship
Not
there.
realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
you know,
if given the opportunity, you know, riding
Riding with
not
someone
by
else,
yourself, you know, maybe
Absolutely.
in a group or even
yeah, or
go.
but and planning your routes. You know, obviously, if you could
yeah.
find a
That's
safer
clutch.
route around your home,
Yeah.
definitely do that instead of just taking the more busy route, especially, you know, at certain hours of the day. You know, you have your rush hour, or even in the morning when you're commuting, people are still half asleep sometimes behind the wheel.
Yeah.
So if you could try to kind of plan your route where it's a safer route, you know, definitely
I
kind of
like
consider
that.
that.
Mac is
I just-
100% right.
I
but
just read some brain here. Safest route is when you have gun with you.
It's not that kind of video. You know?
Did you think
some
about
of us
that?
had to ride through some bad neighborhoods.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're right.
But what Mac was saying earlier, you know, about planning your routes, I ride to work just about every other day. And I do plan my route in the morning, and I also know that traffic patterns change.
Yeah.
So while I'm riding along
it's like
Kennedy
this before he
Boulevard
goes to work.
in the city, Kennedy can be a little bit treacherous and cars can go really fast. So I know that I'm like, you know what, I better have my fast bike for that section of Kennedy Boulevard and just sending it because the cars send it in the morning. Depending on what time of the day that you're traveling or you're riding your bike, especially in the morning, know that it can be a little bit more dangerous. Everybody's in a rush.
Yeah.
You better be in a rush
Jesus.
too, and better not be riding like grandma in the morning.
Yeah.
Be defensive. Now, when it comes to certain blocks, like, you know, as soon as I get off of the boulevard, and let's just say I hit Bergen, then traffic starts to thicken up. I can slow down a little bit, but don't be a grandma riding in the morning.
So basically, in the morning, you got to be on sport mode.
Or at least flow with traffic.
Right.
Right? You got to flow with
Yeah.
traffic. You
This is completely opposite what the people usually are advising, yeah, for safety. Completely opposite.
Well, I think
Mackie rides like he's in an alley cat race like 90% of the time anyway. So
no, but why do we get upgrades,
He's
right?
tapping
Because
bumpers.
in a sense we feel like it's safer when we have that torque, right? So
it'd
I
be
mean,
safe.
it does look. You don't have to be an asshole on the road with your fast bike, but
When you need it.
it is nice to be able to get out of dodge when you need to burst a little bit or accelerate just enough, because sometimes it's safer for you to you got to be defensive all the time.
It's better to need it.
No.
Better to
Better to have it.
And
No,
not
I would
use
say
it.
that's it.
And not use
It's
it.
better to have it and not need it, but if you need it, it's there. I just fucked that up and that's not
Andy,
even going into the
yo,
video.
drop us one of your bars.
No, because I forgot the way. I had it planned once and I didn't. I used it on the video.
Repeating his mother's knowledge.
Yeah, no, that's it.
Nah, it's okay, because repeating is mother's knowledge.
You said it. I'm gonna cut to you. That's it. You introduced it, and then we'll jump to the T-shirt.
What are we doing?
I thought you were gonna have some knowledge.
Just get us whispering, yo, repeating his mother's knowledge.
Repeating is mother's knowledge.
Repeating is mother of knowledge.
Repeating is mother's knowledge. Repeating is mother's knowledge. Repeating is mother's knowledge. Repeating is mother's knowledge.
But for breakfast, don't forget to eat suran.
Oh, they eat cereal, surons.
For breakfast.
No.
Yes.
Oh, what?
Someone eats surons for breakfast. Who is it? Is it a modded bike that comes out of Powerful
Somebody
Lithium?
talking shit?
No, somebody
Somebody else
I
talking
think
shit,
it was a
right?
shirt.
No, no.
He had a shirt that says, I eat surons for breakfast or something like that.
Yeah, we're coming out with that.
you know what? I like that. Ooh, might get me one of them stickers.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we got you.
I think just like there was another one that popped up during the Tampa ride, it was my other car is a Suron. I think that's one played back.
Yeah,
He came out with that.
So let me tell you, you guys have great ideas for T-shirts and for stickers. I would include that in the Powerful Lithium website. Give people an option to get that. I think the
Personalized.
well,
No personal, just
Customized
have
already.
Some those merch.
stuff like
merch.
that, yeah, to have merchandise, because you guys come up with some fabulous ideas, and I think they would be big sellers. Because I know people reach out to me all the time. How can I buy one of your shirts? And it's a Powerful Lithium shirt. It doesn't even repeat as the mother of all knowledge. Or
Metal is better fixing when it's hot.
You know what I mean?
Better bet when it's
No, it's better fixing.
your battery cover.
Yeah, a lot of people are asking me about that shit.
It's a long line.
I mean,
Yeah,
is that a
because-
topic?
That's also a safety. You know, by having that
Yeah.
modified, it's keeping you safe because you can't ride your bike while he's doing it.
Y'all never mentioned
Talk about
reflectors,
safety. Oh yeah, reflectors. Nobody even brought up mirrors.
Yeah.
A lot of us don't ride.
Yeah, I didn't bring it up because I don't have one.
Mirrors is gonna get you into accidents because you're trying to look back.
Yeah, sometimes it does. Right?
I agree with that
You
completely.
guys ever have that one, like, this happens to me every night when you're riding?
We don't know
A
what
car comes out of Now, well, I don't want to. Is it? Yeah. Like, you know, when you're riding and then the car just pops up out of nowhere on your right, and you're like, whoa, shit! Where the fuck did that guy come from? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
Oh, shit.
Who are you?
Who are you? Like, your tightens up, man.
Your sphinxter?
Yeah, tightens up.
You like this?
I mean, for me, I'm not a fan of mirrors. Even when I drive, I still double take. Because I use my mirrors, but I still do a double take just to make sure.
And you look up to see your rear view mirror.
Mirrors are good, but mirror placement I think is more important. But then that is like kind of ironic because the placement is probably best at the end of the handlebars, and I removed mine recently because I need to get in between cars.
It needs a lane split.
So
Without
yes.
breaking people's mirrors.
So you never flipped them underneath the bar?
Then my body gets in the way. So
Nah, I have mine.
just
I have
put them
mine.
there.
Do that again? What gets in the way?
Body.
Me, this is my handlebar. I'm gonna put mine here.
Body gets in the
So it's like a rear view mirror.
Now, your mirrors,
No, I don't have any, but when I did, I had them.
Yeah, I had my.
He has the foundation mirror.
It is scary though, because like you kind of have,
Yeah.
you know.
Right. I'm gonna interrupt because you did mention reflectors, but what I use is a reflective material on my back, and I gotta give a shout out to Riderbag. I use that thing during the day and at night. The sun makes it reflect. People can see that from a good distance away, as well as at night. Their headlights can make me shine for up to about half a mile. I can be seen just by using that backpack. So shout out to you guys, Riderbag.
You have to plug. You have to throw in a plug.
A little bit of a plug. I think I have enough for a video. If there's anything that you guys think that we should add with regards to safety or the riding season, or let's add it in
so
there now.
I'll add something because I don't think we touched on it. But like because there's all these group rides about to happen, I see it a lot. Everyone's excited. There's a lot of testosterone going on at the beginning of these rides. So the moment we start riding, everyone just starts acting like it's a race,
like a free for all.
And unless you know the people that you ride with and their riding style and patterns, I don't think you should just pull up next to somebody and do what you need to do. Like I personally, in the beginning of a ride, if I see a lot of unfamiliar faces,
some people
I
just don't
stay
know how
back.
to ride in a straight line.
Yeah, because people are erratic. You can't like predict what they're about to do, and a lot of this. I think there's a video that surfaced during Tampa. This guy just cut this guy off.
I saw that.
And you don't know. There's people that are on different levels of riding and skills and abilities, and now you throw them all in a mix and you just say, hey, go. And I think you got to be more mindful of like who's around you.
And also keep in mind that when you're riding with a group of people, you could be in New York City, and the views in New York City are great. No disrespect to Jersey City, because your view of New York City is phenomenal.
Son of a! See what you did there?
We need something. We need something.
Okay, yeah, rebuttal. Replica. But somebody that's riding could be looking or fascinated with that view, and when you fixate on one point, you're actually riding, could be riding into someone else. So just be mindful of what you're looking at, and be mindful of the people that are around you that are looking at those. Yeah, also like group rides. It's nice when we see guys, they're doing stunts, wheelies, that's fine, amazing work, but keep a little bit of room, spread yourself, have a little bit more room, because you're gonna hurt yourself or someone can be hurted. So we don't wanna have that on group rides. A group ride is fun. Okay, do wheelie, but don't be in tight group and do wheelie. Don't do that. Like, give a little bit space. For those reasons, I'm always all in the front, all the way in the front, or all the way in the back. I don't want to be in the middle, because middle is always mess. Yeah. One guy doing wheelies, the other guy doing wheelie, like just half yard of each other, and they touch each other and crash, and then you have so many other people, they hit those people, and it's mess.
Yeah, before you do your tricks, check your surroundings. Make sure that when you land and you stop, that no one's gonna crash behind you.
Sometimes it's too wild.
On the side, as good as you are, sometimes you can make a mistake doing your tricks.
Exactly.
So,
Well, I mean,
things happen.
You could be, one of the most skilled riders doing a wheel.
Yeah.
No, of course.
Some other guy who's not that can cut in front of you, and that's your ass.
Or you're so good, but your bike is not tuned up right. Malfunction happens.
Yeah.
Something can always happen wrong.
Well,
So,
and the whole thing with human error, like what Mackie said, is like when these rides start happening in the East Coast, everybody flocks in there, and that adrenaline is going.
Yeah.
You're setting yourself up for, you gotta be careful.
At least every group ride has like 2-3 failures, like people
It's a
failing.
group ride, not a tunnel race.
Yeah.
Know who's leading.
There's no I in group.
Position. What? Why are you yelling things out randomly?
He wants t-shirts. He wants t-shirts.
I'll stop him. Yo, chill.
I got
He's got like Tourette's.
There's no I in group.
That's exactly what. There's no I group. What?
Tired of this shit.
Talking about?
What are you talking
What
about?
happened? I blacked out.
Where am I?
All right, I want to possibly spin this off into other topics. So one thing that I'd like to do is to reach out to all of you and ask if you enjoyed what we did today. And if you did, please leave it in the comment section below. And if you have any ideas as to what we can talk about in the future, whether it's modifying an e-bike, I have trained professionals with batteries within this group over here. If you have any battery questions, leave it, or battery topics I should say, leave that in the comment section below. Anything else pretty much that you guys can think of that you might want to hear us talk about, we can probably get together on a regular basis and have these type of discussions. So this is a trial run. This is like a test that I'm doing to put out there to all of you guys to see if this is something that you guys like and want repetition of. So repetition of this could be the mother of all knowledge.
We can have more videos with Andy's knowledge.
One-liners.
Andy's little one-liners.
And you should just have your own
I'm
channel.
saying.
Way to go, young grasshopper.
Hey, where you going? You gotta pee?
Confucius saying.
Come back here.
Confucius
All right, so I'll
saying.
end this. We good? We good?
Yeah.
We covered a lot. Everybody's happy, right? All right. So I want to take this opportunity to thank my guys over here, Kuda 50. Thank you so much for your time.
Bro. Thank you.
Because time to me is worth more than money. So thank you for giving me your time. V, like I say all the time, thank you very much.
Anytime.
From the bottom
Always.
of my heart. Matt Mittens is in the house over there. Thank you also for your time. Andy, thank you like always. You know, I appreciate
I just
you.
want to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Yo, you are sick, bro. You are sick.
Santito! Thank you for your time. Thank you so much.
Yes,
I appreciate it. I appreciate you. You're next to me so I can
So
talk to you.
cute.
My brother from another brother. Thank you so much, Bob.
Thank you for the
your time.
invite, Mr.E. Thank you for the invite.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
All right,
Thanks
so
for the invite.
if you guys enjoyed this episode, please don't hesitate.
Yo, shout out.
Smash that like button. Leave a comment because I will get back to everybody. And if you want to, please subscribe. So until the next episode, peace out, everybody.
Yes, dear.
Just keep in mind, I know you're talking to me, but that camera's got to see your face also. So maybe when you talk, you're looking at V, and when you talk, you're looking at him.
We can do that one.
Bro, I'm gonna smack your ass.
Yeah. Just play fancy.
Andy, when you talk, you're looking at him. And Santito, when you talk, you're looking at him.
I'm not gonna be able to stop myself from biting my lips.
The outtakes at the end are gonna be great. Rob, when you talk, you're looking at him. You're not looking at
Looking at Andy?
I look at
You're looking at
Santos.
Andy. And when you talk, you have to look at
So
Santos.
Rob should do it over again and then I'll pick up, or?
Nah, because it's hard to replicate what he just said.
It was
He's
spontaneous.
Shit
At
ain't
least
hard.
the first clip.
Nah, he could. Rob's a pro.
Rob memorized this shit from last night.
Let's do that.
All right. So, do you remember what I asked or how I asked it?
Yeah, because I want to do mine over because I was pausing a lot.
But I can chop that up, so that's not a problem. I could always easily chop it up.
Come on, man. Put that shit on vibrate. You don't fucking mean it.
I can't. I welded it. I can't vibrate it. I can't mute my phone.
All right, Rob, it's your turn. All right, so what kept you from writing?
Hold on.
There you go. Let's go.